You thought life was being unfair to you, that it kept handing you more than you could carry, more storms, more silence, more goodbyes than your heart could hold. I know that feeling. That moment when you kneel on the floor, not because you're praying, but because your knees simply can't carry the weight anymore. I've been there. There was a time when every corner of my life felt like it was closing in. One hardship followed another, and I started to believe, this must be punishment. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I don't deserve ease. Maybe I'm just not enough. But one night in the quiet, something inside me whispered, maybe this isn't punishment. Maybe it's preparation. What if life isn't against you but beside you? What if it's not trying to break you but to reveal the strength you forgot you had? We often mistake fire for destruction. But sometimes, the fire is just removing what no longer belongs. Making space. Clearing the old so you can remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Let's pause here together. Let's breathe. This space is for you. In this video, I want to offer you something more than advice. I want to offer you a new perspective, one that might just change how you walk through every storm that comes next. Because here's what I've learned. Every challenge is a hidden doorway. Sometimes it's disguised as heartbreak, rejection, illness, or loss. But behind each one, there's a message, a gift, a sacred invitation to come home to yourself deeper than ever before. And if you stay with me till the end, I'll guide you through a soft, healing ritual, one that helped me shift from why me to thank you. You don't need to push through this alone. Let's begin this journey together, gently and with open hearts. There are days when it feels like the world is just too heavy. When you wake up already tired, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Your job drains you. Your relationships confuse you. The people you love don't seem to see you anymore, or worse, they misunderstand you completely. And then there's the silence you carry, the one behind your smile. The heartbreak no one knows. The dreams you once held so close that now feel so far away. You start to wonder, what did I do wrong? Why is life so unkind to me? If these thoughts have ever passed through your mind, please know you're not broken. You're simply human. Pain has a way of making us feel isolated. Like we're the only ones who can't seem to get it right. We scroll past highlight reels of everyone else's lives, while we sit quietly with our messy truths, wondering if we've somehow failed. But the truth is, we're all carrying something. Some carry grief. Some carry shame. Some carry the weight of feeling invisible, even in a crowded room. And most of us, we've just become really good at pretending we're fine. But beneath it all, behind closed doors, we cry the same tears. We ask the same questions. We long for the same healing. You are not alone in this. Even the strongest souls you know have known darkness too. There is something universal about struggle. It's the thread that ties all of us together, no matter who we are or where we've come from. Somewhere, right now, someone is feeling exactly what you're feeling. The same ache, the same confusion, the same question echoing in their chest. Will this ever get better? This is the truth no one tells us when we're growing up. Life will challenge us, again and again. But those challenges don't mean we're failing. They mean we're being invited into something deeper. When you begin to see your pain not as a punishment, but as a doorway, something inside you shifts. And slowly, you stop asking, why me? And you begin to ask, what is this here to teach me? And that is where the transformation begins. What if life isn't against you? What if the obstacles, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, aren't here to break you down, but to build something deeper within you? Think about it. Just like your body needs resistance to grow stronger, your soul needs challenges to awaken its true strength. Life isn't punishing you. It's preparing you to rise higher, to love deeper, to live more consciously. But growth rarely feels good while it's happening. It often feels like chaos, like falling apart. Yet beneath that discomfort is transformation. The kind that doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. Imagine this. A seed must break before it grows. A butterfly must struggle through the cocoon before it can fly. And the night must fall before the stars can be seen. So what if your hardest moments are not signs that you're lost, but that you're becoming? Every challenge holds a hidden gift. Sometimes that gift is strength. Sometimes it's clarity. Sometimes it's a lesson that gently rewrites your entire way of being. And though we often wish for ease, the truth is, ease doesn't shape us. It's the storms that reveal our resilience. It's the fires that refine our inner gold. So when life feels hard, pause for a moment and ask, what is life inviting me to grow into right now? You may not have the answer yet, but trust that it's unfolding. Here's something most people forget. The universe never sends you what you can't handle. It only sends what you're ready to face, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. You've overcome before. You've survived storms you thought would break you. And here you are, still standing. That's not weakness. That's proof. Proof that something in you is wiser, stronger, braver than you realize. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what version of me is this trying to awaken? Because every trial is a teacher. Every delay has purpose. Every heartbreak carries wisdom. And behind every challenge, there's a quiet whisper from life saying, you are ready now. There was a time in my life when everything fell apart. I was waking up each morning with a heavy chest, wondering how I ended up here. So lost, so tired, so alone. My relationship had just ended. The kind of ending that feels like the ground's been ripped from under you. I stopped trusting people. Worse, I stopped trusting myself. And even though I smiled, showed up, tried to keep it together, inside, I was sinking. It felt like the universe had turned its back on me. Like maybe I wasn't meant to be happy. I kept asking, why me? What did I do so wrong that life had to be this cruel? I didn't know it then, but I was about to discover something that would shift everything. In that season of silence, I began to withdraw. Friends reached out, I ignored them. Family asked if I was okay. I said I was just tired. But the truth was, I didn't know who I was anymore. I started to believe that I was broken beyond repair. That maybe I was the problem. That maybe love, joy, purpose were things meant for other people, not for me. I looked fine from the outside, but inside I was unraveling. Every night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering if this pain would ever end. I remember one night, curled up in the dark, I whispered, God, if you're there, give me a sign. Not for some miracle, just something to remind me that I'm not invisible, that I still mattered. And that night came the whisper that changed everything. It wasn't a voice from the sky. It wasn't a grand moment. It was a random video on a random day. someone talking about pain. And they said, "What if you're not breaking down but breaking open?" Those words landed like a lightning bolt. Breaking open? To what? I sat there frozen. What if all this pain wasn't here to punish me, but to peel away the parts of me that were never truly mine? The masks I wore, the stories I clung to, the guilt I carried. What if this darkness was a doorway? Not the end, but the beginning of something sacred. That sentence didn't solve everything, but it cracked something open. A sliver of light found its way in. From that moment, I began to see differently. I didn't suddenly feel better. Healing doesn't work that way. But I stopped running from the pain. I sat with it. I asked it what it came to teach me. And slowly, the answers began to emerge. I learned that I wasn't a victim of life. I was being invited into a deeper version of myself, the kind that didn't need to prove, please, or pretend. I stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and began whispering, "What is this trying to awaken in me?" Turns out, the pain was never the enemy. It was the doorway. And all along, life hadn't abandoned me. It had been preparing me. Looking back now, that season, the one I thought would destroy me, became the foundation of who I am today. It stripped away the noise. It showed me what truly matters. And it whispered a truth I'll never forget. You are not what happened to you. You are who you choose to become because of it. Since then, whenever life throws me a new challenge, I don't run. I listen. Because I know there's always something waiting on the other side. A strength I hadn't met yet. A version of me I didn't know I could be. And it all began with one sentence. One quiet moment in the dark, when I thought I had nothing left. But that was just the beginning. Because the soul always remembers how to rise. That one sentence stayed with me. Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. At first, it didn't make sense. How could heartbreak, loss, and disappointment be for me? But I gave it a chance. I started writing in a journal. Not just venting, but really asking, what is this pain trying to teach me? What part of me is being called to grow? And slowly, something shifted. Instead of fighting life, I began to listen to it. I started to see that every breakdown had a message. Every closed door had redirection written all over it. The pain didn't mean I was broken. It meant I was breaking open into someone wiser, softer, stronger. And in that quiet space of reflection, a seed was planted. That seed? It was the beginning of my healing. I realized I'd spent so long looking outside for answers. But the real wisdom was already within me. The more I sat with the pain, the more it softened. Not because it disappeared, but because I stopped fearing it. I began to see pain as a sacred messenger. From the heartbreak, I learned how to love myself. From the confusion, I learned how to listen to my inner voice. And from the silence, I found something I never expected. A calling. A desire to help others through their own dark nights. To remind them, you are not alone. You are not broken. And you are not beyond healing. The pain wasn't a punishment. It was a portal. That was the gift hidden in the chaos. Without the pain, I would never have slowed down. Never questioned the stories I told myself. Never discovered what truly mattered. I used to ask, why me? Now I ask, what is life inviting me to step into? And every time I get quiet, Every time I trust that even this mess has meaning, I find a deeper part of myself. That's what transformation looks like. Not dramatic, not perfect, not always pretty, but real, gentle, true. We don't heal by avoiding pain. We heal by walking through it with love. So if you're in the middle of your storm right now, please know there's something on the other side. Not just survival, but purpose, clarity, peace, and maybe, just maybe, your own awakening is beginning too. Now, I want to invite you into this moment with me. Take a deep breath, and if you feel safe, close your eyes, just for 5 seconds. Ready? Inhale gently, exhale slowly. Now, bring to mind one of the hardest moments you've ever faced. A season of loss, a betrayal, a time you felt completely alone. Go there not to relive it, but to witness who you were and who you became. Ask yourself, what did I learn from that moment? How did it shape the person I am today? Even if you didn't realize it then, that challenge was shaping your strength, your clarity, your heart. I know it might feel personal, but I want to hear from you. Because when we speak our truth, we remind others that they're not alone. So if you feel ready, drop a comment below and complete this sentence. The gift I received was, it can be one word, or a full story, whatever flows from your heart. You never know. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. This is more than just a video. It's a space of healing, a space where your voice matters. So let's hold space for each other, right here, right now. I'll be reading every single comment, with love, with gratitude, and who knows, maybe your share will light the way for someone else, still walking through their storm. Let's bring all of this back to you. Next time life feels overwhelming, when you find yourself whispering, why is this happening to me? Pause and ask gently, if this is a disguised gift, what lesson is it trying to bring? This one simple question has changed my life because it transforms pain into presence, chaos into curiosity. Instead of spiraling into why me, you begin to root into what for. Not every answer will come right away. And that's okay. This isn't about fixing. It's about feeling. It's about trusting that your soul is learning, even when your mind feels lost. And sometimes, that shift in perspective is the beginning of healing. Now, I want to invite you into a simple ritual. Nothing complicated. Just a quiet moment between you and you. Grab a pen and paper or open your notes app. Write down one challenge you're facing right now, big or small, something that's been weighing on you. Beneath that, write the raw, real emotions that come with it. No judgment, just truth. Then ask, if I were the main character in a story of transformation, what is this chapter trying to teach me? Don't force an answer. Just ask. Let the question work in you like soft rain on dry earth. Feel that? That's you coming home to yourself. And now, I want you to say this out loud with me. Take a breath in. Place your hand gently over your heart. And repeat, I am not being tested. I am being trained. Say it again. Feel how your body reacts. Feel the strength rise from within. You are not broken. You are becoming, and every single challenge is shaping you into the version of you that your soul has always dreamed of. This is not the end of your story. This is just the middle. So hold on, breathe deep, and keep walking. One step, one question, one miracle at a time. If no one has told you this today, let me be the one. You're doing better than you think. You've walked through storms most people never even saw. And yet here you are, still breathing, still soft, still you. I know there are days when it feels like no one understands, but please remember, you are never truly alone. There are souls just like you who have felt the ache, the silence, the weight of invisible battles, and they're walking beside you now. This channel, this space, is a circle of those souls. Every video here is a gentle hand reaching out, saying, "Come home, you're safe here." If this message touched your heart, share it with someone you love, someone who might be walking through their own quiet storm. Sometimes one video, one voice, is all it takes to remind us of the light inside. And if you feel called to continue this journey, to walk a little further, a little deeper, I'd love for you to stay. Tap subscribe, not just to follow a channel, but to say yes to yourself. Yes to healing. Yes to hope. Yes to your becoming. Because this is not the end. It's a beginning. And I'll be right here every step of the way.